Hey guys, it's Hannah. I know it's been a while and I've been really busy, so I just wanted to give everybody a real little life update. So, I would say about mid-September, I started developing anxiety. This is very emotional for me to talk about. This is really personal. So, if you're just going to laugh at this, please just go. So about mid-September, I started developing these crying spells. And I thought it was just because of just hormones and stuff. Turns out it was anxiety. I went to the doctor and they just prescribed me sertraline for anxiety. That it took about a month for it to start working. Was I still having crying spells? Yes. The two toughest classes at this time were anatomy and history. And both of those teachers weren't following my accommodations. So I went to talk to my caseworker, started following my accommodations. Everything was great. Everything was pretty much great. I had a couple crying spells here and there, a couple situations. I got put into therapy about the same time. My therapist is really cool. I love him so much. Then Christmas break comes, and I'm perfectly fine. January. Here we go. Here's the juicy part. January comes, and like 2 days in, I thought I was fine, and my history teacher just started to make me really overwhelmed and really anxious with all the amount of work that he was doing, and I'm just like, you need to modify this. Then I realized that at this time, we really started focusing on me doing alternate assignments, all paper assignments, guided readings, worksheets like that. So about 2 weeks later, I realized, me and my therapist, my mom, and all of my teachers realized I needed another ARD. At this ARD, let's just say, I had words for my history teacher. He had words for me. And from that point on, we were all on the same page, pretty much, that we all need to have open communication, tutorials at least once a week, and that I still have therapy. I went to go, and they told me to go see my doctor about my ADHD. Well, my doctor told me that she didn't want me on ADHD medicine, and just keep on the anxiety. So then we upped my anxiety medicine from 25 to 100 milligrams. Which, let me just say this. Whenever you're a girl, and it's that time of month, does not mix well with hormones. It just makes you extra irritable and extra anxious and all sorts of different things. Now this is whenever I found that here's the 3 things that have helped me through anxiety. Number 1, have patience. Bible journaling, bullet journaling, drawing, anything that take your mind off the anxiety and the stress. Let me keep this in mind. A normal amount of stress for high school students is good, but whenever the stress is interfering with your daily life to where you're crying in the counselor's office, that's when you need to seek professional help, which I did. My crying is not that bad anymore, but I have my moments. There's good days, there's bad days, but always remember, you can do this, you got this, and that you are awesome. Always remember that. Back to my story. So after the ARD meeting, we all agreed that, so that started happening, and then that's January. February, I was all pretty much good. There was a couple incidents, but other than that, I was pretty good. Now March. This is what happened just this last week. Okay, so at my school, instead of semester exams, if you're a high school student, you know what semester exams are, where you can exempt in that. Well, at my school, we don't do that. We do 9 weeks tests for all core classes. Some electives, depending on your electives, but I don't get them because my electives you can't really do anything with. Anyways, so I go in on Tuesday, and I'm studied, well prepared, and everything. I've done everything I possibly can to pass this test. Guess what happens? I take that test, and I fail. I'm not saying what my grade was, but let's just say Actually, yeah. Let's just say it was lower than a 50 and above a 0. Or above a 10. It's between a 20 and a 50. That's all I'm going to say. It was failing, regardless. So he tells me, he goes, here's what my teacher says, my history teacher. He says, we're going to redo it on paper. And I go, okay. So we do it that class period. Guess what happens? I do it, and he loses it the very next day. So we have to print another one. So, yeah. So that happens. And so he goes, okay, we're gonna do tutorials and do another printed copy. And if I don't make it, then you get a 0. If I forget, if I don't get a 0. Guess what happens? He forgets. Guess who gets a 0? Me. It gets better. After that period that he forgot, which I got a 0 for my dynamic test, I called my mom's supervisor on his day off, to get a hold of my mom. And they thought something really bad happened when really I failed a test. And my mom goes, why'd you call them? I literally was crying for a whole day. No, I'm joking. I cried for like hours. So, this is to keep in mind that things happen. You don't know what somebody's going through whenever you start talking to them, start talking crap about them. So please stop. This is a message to my high school. Quit. It's not funny. It's not funny to make fun of people's mental health and mental illnesses. You do not know what somebody is going through or what just happened. So please stop. Stop bullying. Be kind. Ask somebody if they're okay. They might not be willing to share everything with you, but maybe at the very least you can say, well, what can I do to help? So please keep in mind, be kind, be courteous. Don't be an idiot. And sometimes the nicest people can turn out to be the bad people because you make them mad. And you ask questions that you should not ask. So please be courteous and be kind. And think about what you say before you say it. And that, my people, is my story time. Now, please, always remember, you're awesome, you're kind. Anxiety got you. You might have anxiety, but that does not mean does not mean that you're any less awesome, amazing, beautiful, powerful, strong, confident. You got this. You're going to beat anxiety. You're going to get help. It gets better. Trust me. Trust me. If you have ADHD, you relate to this too. Not all people with ADHD need ADHD medicine. It just depends on who you are. And a scientific fact, this is an article that you can read up on. People with ADHD can actually drink caffeine and it can lower the symptoms of ADHD. Remember that and think about it. Think about what you do before you do it. And make sure if you have accommodations, remember to fight. Fight to make sure you get those accommodations. You got this. You're awesome. Thank you for watching and peace out. You got this. Bye.